In the West Bank, Israeli special forces have killed at least 4 Palestinians and 9 others, with a 5th person injured. This incident is a cowardly attack and a horrific crime. Since Israel's military action began in Gaza in October 2023, raids in the West Bank have intensified, resulting in at least 747 Palestinian deaths and over 6,200 injuries. Turning to Lebanon, at least 2,229 people have now been killed and 10,380 wounded since Israel began its strikes on southern Lebanon and the capital of Beirut. Shame! Yesterday's Israeli strike on Beirut resulted in 22 deaths and 117 injuries, marking the deadliest attack on the city center since hostilities began. Among the victims were a family of 8, including 3 children and evacuated from South Lebanon. As Israel wages war on Lebanon, it is employing some of the same devastating tactics we know. These attacks are not only just survival, they represent a great violation of internal law, endangering civilians and those working on maintaining peace. France, Italy, and Spain have condemned Israel's second brutal attack on the UN personnel, which resulted in injuries to peacekeepers based in Lebanon. In Syria, on Tuesday night, Israel targeted a residential building in El Mazzi neighborhood in Damascus, killing 7 people and injured 11 others. This escalation in violence adds to the suffering and instability faced by civilians across the Middle East. As we witness this unfolding disaster across many countries in the region, we must stand together in demanding an immediate ceasefire. We must raise our voices in solidarity with those who are suffering and call for an end to this horrific violence act committed by Israel. We will now have a moment of silence to honor the martyrs. Thank you.
What do we want? Ceasefire. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Ceasefire. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Ceasefire. When do we want it? Now. I'd like to thank Lou Jane for providing such clarity at such a terrible time. For a 15-year-old to be able to recount such horrific updates with such clarity is really amazing, and we thank you for doing it for us week after week. Our next speaker is Barry Lee, who's a long-time activist and been involved in protest movements since 1967, and has done a lot of research, including on the Auckland protest movement against the Vietnam War. Please welcome Barry.
Thank you, and kia ora, salam alaikum, or g'day. I want to talk about a new leaflet that the Palestine Solidarity Network has produced. We have 100,000 copies, which have been distributed from the far north to Invercargill, and I'd like to invite people to help with it. On one side, the leaflet stresses that the genocide did not start on the 7th of October last year, but as these banners say, it started 76 years ago. And the Zionist planning for that started even before that, because David Ben-Gurion, who was a leading Zionist and was the first president of the State of Israel, in a letter to his son in 1937, at that stage the British were talking about dividing Palestine between the Zionists and Palestinians, or the Jews and the Arabs as they put it. And some of the Zionists didn't like that because they didn't want to take part. But Ben Gurion said in his letter, we will take part, but we see this as the beginning and not the end. And then he talked about, in the letter, he went on to talk about building the economy, and he said, and we will build a powerful military force. It will become one of the most powerful military forces in the world, and then we will take the rest of the land. And he said, by negotiation with our Arab neighbours or by other means. And that is what's happening right now. It is the fulfilment of the Zionist plan that was being promoted in their ranks 10 years before Israel was formed. And so the first half of the leaflet stresses that. The second half of the leaflet says what people can do, because the politicians want us to feel that we're powerless. And people can get quite depressed feeling about that terrible thing that they can't do anything about. But as those people, some people remember amazing Kumiesh, who visited Australia and New Zealand earlier in the year. He's from Bethlehem on the West Bank, and he said in a recent newsletter that the best antidote to dismay is action. And what we want to stress and get out is to people, it's all the things they can do, as leafleting, protesting, writing letters to politicians, all these things, the boycott campaign, and we're inviting people to assist. If you'd like to take some, they're on the table, take whatever you think you can handle. If you would like to go on a list of people that we can partner up to leaflet in transport hubs, or as outside schools, or places where people congregate or pass through, then if you write, there's green sheets of paper there, if you put your name and your phone number and your email address, and please make your email address clear, and also your postcode number, we will try and team you up with other people who can join to do somewhere like that, because we want to get these out into the hands of people and encourage people both to look at the fact that it didn't start last year, and secondly, they can do something, because we're part of a powerful world movement, and in New Zealand there are protests all around the country this weekend and every weekend, and we want to step this up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barry. By taking to the streets in the ways that you are this very day and have been over the last year, you're becoming part of history. We haven't seen an anti-war movement this strong since the days that Barry was involved with the anti-Vietnam War protests that took place. And I just want to acknowledge people like Barry for the work that they did back in the 60s and in the 70s, and for continuing to be engaged decade after decade, and for helping steward the anti-war movement today, and to other groups like we have Aliana here from Auckland Peace Action, people who have never stopped the fight against militarism and war. Our next speaker is Anna Lee, a long-term activist in social issues and social justice issues freedom fighter. She is a member of the New Zealand Education Union NZEI Te Rua, and involved in Educators for Palestine and the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom. Welcome, Anna.
Kia ora, Assalamu alaikum. It is just mighty what this organisation that we have in Tamaki Makaurau is doing in terms of building the movement. Some days we might think in the pouring rain we could have more people, but in fact this campaign has grown faster than any of the movements since the 1960s. It is tremendous. I think you all need to give yourselves an applaud, and to all those people who back and support us, who maybe not here today, but we couldn't do without. My role today is to, in this time with this most despicable attack, genocide by the Zionist Israeli government, is to say, how can we reach out and build our movement wider and stronger? It's time that some people who understand it's despicable and are wondering what to do, it's time that we were able to embrace them to come on in and be here, be at the media activities and reach out to them. We need to push for the campaigns. The BDS campaign is very important. We have a government who's doing nothing when we should be having sanctions. Supporting resolutions in the United Nations are not enough. The BDS campaign against apartheid in South Africa was very, very effective and carried out by many, many people. So that is a very important campaign, with Obella being at the forefront at the moment, and it's just fabulous to see the stickers, the talking, the going into shops, putting in complaints, the demonstrations outside shops that are selling Obella products. That's one we want to have disappear from our shelves, because that company, the Strauss Group, have been actively supporting the so-called Israeli Defence Force. We also we need to make sure that we boycott sports, cultural, political interaction between Israel and Aotearoa. Building bridges can't happen when bombs are smashing down and killing innocent people. It's not okay. So we can say that it's not okay. So wherever we are, or our friends or whānau and those organisations, we need to give them strength and help in the campaign to stop any contact. We need to push back more against our government. Our government needs to be put in a position where they have no choice but for sanctions in every way, and also stop the export of any components going to weapons being dropped on Palestine and the supporting countries like Lebanon. My brief is to mention a few things that are going on. We have a couple of speakers who aren't well, who would have been here to talk about them. One is we have a whole range of activities. So we want people to feel comfortable in whatever activities you, your whānau, your colleagues, and those in your wider community can participate in. So next Saturday there will be the big ride for Palestine. That's an important ride. In terms, we have up to 60 people who ride their bicycles through the city from Ponsonby Road, Hepburn Street corner, around the museum and down to the rally. That's one of the campaigns. And of course, over here, I should be showing you the Obella stickers, and there are more stickers to ban the use of products coming into New Zealand. And please watch out for the Obella actions, because they're happening every week around Tamaki Makaurau as well as around the country. At the same time as we're trying to take action, not everyone can take action, but we also need to feed the mind. And on the 19th, there is going to be the showing of the film The Sky, which was filmed in Lebanon and occupied Palestine by a Lebanese-Australian lawyer, Nicholas Hanna. And he's coming to support that film and to make sure that the koha that is given for entry to that goes to the Palestinian Solidarity Organisation, but that then goes on for groups to be able to use around Aotearoa. And that is on the 19th. So if you remember, the 19th at Trades Hall on New North Road, the Trade Union Centre, the Trades Hall, and it's at 7 o'clock, Great North Road, and 7 to 9 it will be shown. The Last Sky. Moving on from that, we're also feeding the mind. We have got the Indian historian and journalist Vijay Prashad, who is going to be coming to speak He has a huge amount of knowledge about what's going on in the Palestinian era, and it sounds as if it's going to be full house. So if you're coming, the 24th of October from 7 to 8:30, but I'm afraid it's going to be those who get there first get the seat. So please, if you're needing a seat, please get in there, because we need to feed the mind, the spirit and the body and take action so that we have boycotts and disinvestment and sanctions coming strongly out of our land, Aotearoa. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for all that organising, Anna. Now it's the highlight of our rally. We have the best chanter in Aotearoa about to come and show us how it's done. Now, Ali's probably about a quarter my size, but chants about twice as loud, no joke. So the least we can do for Ali today is to give him back the energy he's giving us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. That was awesome. Now we have a very important guest today. We're joined today by Sheikh Abu Anas Rahman who is the Imam of Ar Rahman Mosque. Oh, sorry, it's Sheikh Abu Anas of the Ar Rahman Mosque. And he's also a member of the Ulama Council of New Zealand. Please welcome the Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Respected brothers, sisters, friends, I would like to thank each of you for joining this demonstration to stop one of the worst genocides in modern history. By standing together for justice and the basic human dignity given by God to every person in the world, you are making a difference and protecting our beautiful world. What is happening in Gaza, respected brothers and sisters, friends, is not just a conflict. It is an attempt to wipe out an entire people of Palestine. Women, children, youth, and all people are being killed without mercy, and homes, hospitals, worship places being destroyed. These people of Gaza have suffered for decades under occupation and oppression since 1948, and now face the threat of complete destruction. The world unfortunately stands powerless to protect them. To our brothers and sisters in Gaza, we are with you. We are with you with all our hearts. We feel your pain and we witness your incredible courage. You are a symbol of strength and resistance. We know you are facing a brutal war machine, but your rights are just, and your case is honorable. We will not leave you alone. We'll stand with you and will continue raising our voice until justice is served. We also warn that this war has spread and caused great destruction in Lebanon. The Lebanese people are now suffering from violence and devastation. The entire region is at risk of further disaster, and if this destruction continues, it will affect not only Gaza and Lebanon, but could spread across the region and possibly the world. To all the protesters from different religions and backgrounds who are protesting today to support those oppressed people who are giving their heart and stand up to say stop the genocide, thank you from bottom of our hearts. May Almighty God bless you. Thank you from our hearts. Your solidarity gives up hope that justice can be achieved through unity and persistent pressure. Your voices are powerful, and we encourage you to keep organizing protests and events until our felt demands are met. Ending the occupation, stopping the genocide, and ensuring the Palestinian people's right to live in peace and dignity. Finally, we call on the New Zealand government to take a strong humanitarian stance and pressure to the international community to stop the massacre being committed against innocent people, innocent children, women, youth, and all people. We urge action to stop the destructions of the remaining medical centers, which already lack basic services present, and call for efforts to deliver humanitarian aid to those under siege to alleviate their suffering. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sheikh. That was incredible. We definitely need that type of dignified, composed leadership in times like this, the spiritual guidance that we all need when we're watching genocide happening in front of us. Next up, we're going to have Olivia Cooch, who's going to talk to us about the Justice for Palestine campaign, Don't Bank on Apartheid. Olivia.
Hi everyone, kia ora. This is a little bit impromptu, but I just thought it was really important that everyone here knew about this campaign. So it launched last week by Justice for Palestine in Porneke, and it's called Don't Bank on Apartheid. The first target is ASB Bank. So ASB Bank's KiwiSaver specifically has over $14 million invested in Motorola Solutions, which is a company identified by the UN as currently maintaining and enabling illegal Israeli settlements. So they're calling, oh, thank you, sorry. So they're calling on all of us to send a direct message to ASB that if they don't divest by November 29th, they will lose customers because the customers will switch banks. And that is to be on the Palestinian Solidarity Day. So if you just Google "Don't Bank on Apartheid," it's on Action Station. There's 3 ways that you can be involved. If you are not an ASB customer, you can sign the petition, and you can also sign up to be a volunteer to spread the word. If you do bank with ASB, if you have KiwiSaver with them, there's another step that you send a message on to ASB saying that you're committed to switch on that day. And also, if you just bank with ASB, but maybe your KiwiSaver is not with them, you can also send a direct message saying that you will switch to another bank. So please don't switch early. The whole point is to put this pressure on, and hopefully they will divest before the 29th and no one has to do any switching at all. That's the plan. So please give it a Google and sign the petition. Kia ora. Don't bank on Israel!
Don't bank on Israel!
Don't bank on apartheid!
Don't bank on apartheid!
Don't bank on with ASB!
Don't bank with ASB!
Don't bank on genocide!
Don't bank on genocide!
Man, got this ASB thing in my bag. Gotta divest from them. Next up, we've got a very late addition to our program. Please welcome Joe, who can introduce himself.
Sure, everybody. We hear a lot about Israel having the right to defend itself. Lebanon has the right to defend itself. Palestine has the right to defend itself. Iran has the right to defend itself. Syria has the right to defend itself. And the United Nations has a right to defend itself. We have 10,000 UNIFIL troops on the blue line. There's 250 soldiers from Ireland in Camp Shamrock near Nakora. The Israelis drove their tanks up and shot at us. And the feeling of the Irish people is that in order to be a proper peacekeeping force, we need to defend those villages from the attacker, which is Israel. And if you shoot at us, we have the right to shoot back. We have the right to defend ourselves. So we didn't move when the Israelis shot and attacked Camp Shamrock in Nakora. They've also shot at the Sri Lankan positions as well. How many countries does Israel want to go to war with? Ireland says, bring it.
Thank you, powerful words as always, Joe. And lastly, our last speaker before our final announcement is, well, he needs no introduction at this point. PSNA Secretary Neil Scott, welcome.
Kia ora. Assalamu alaikum. So I'm angry. I'm damn angry, actually. Angry at Israel for its deliberate genocide. It uses massacres and genocide to dominate its neighbours. I'm angry at our government for not taking the action that they should do. They whisper weasel words, but they do not take action. So I'm angry, and I'm an activist. And being an activist means doing things, taking action, whatever the little bit we individually can do. I pointed out that we're writing letters and we're getting people to write letters to this government, taking action. 12 months. Who would have guessed? 12 freaking long, disgusting months. Rallies every weekend, activism, rallies. This is the longest ongoing regular protest in New Zealand's history. every weekend. And it's people like us, people coming out from Opanoni in the far north to Invercargill in the south, Greymouth on the west coast, Gisborne, over to New Plymouth, in the last couple of weeks, Raglan, as I said, 16 letters written to be sent to the government. And I heard yesterday, Warkworth, 33 that have an alignment with PSNA, but more importantly, about 50 around the country with PSNA. Irrespective of PSNA, the banners guys are not aligned with PSNA, but they're out here doing this mahi every week, important mahi. 50 organisations, in Auckland 7 or 8 of us, all working for this cause. So we're part of a national organisation. Aotearoa stands with Palestine. There is no doubt that Aotearoa stands with Palestine, and now with this genocide in Lebanon, Aotearoa stands with Lebanon as well. We are part of this global network and a global movement to end these massacres, these genocide, this supremacy that Zionism, ideological Zionism clings to, that they must dominate the Middle East, that they will kill as many civilians as they can to carry out that domination. Shame. And eventually, the world will stand up. And the question is, for more than 70 years, we have let our politicians allow this disgusting genocide, domination to carry on. And that's why I'm an activist. We write letters, we do the Obella BDS, the guys with the banners, the rallies. We do things like go to TVNZ last Monday. We went to protest at 12 months of not telling the truth, of 12 months of misrepresentations, 12 months of hiding the reality of what Israel is doing in Gaza. Shame! Shame! So, we need to put this pressure on the government. And we'll put some of this in context. These rallies, monthly rallies in Britomart, Aotea Square, started not on October the 8th. These have been running since 1981. 43 years in Tamaki Makaurau. Respected people like Janfrey Wakeham, her husband and Janfrey were the ones who started setting these up. Roger Fowler, who is here today, a much revered kaumatua for this movement. Roger's here. And when we get past some of the people we recognise, I just want to mention Charles Schwenk. Charles was a guy, all right? Whenever I start losing my motivation, I think about Charles. Charles had had a stroke years ago. He had difficulty walking. He came from West Auckland, 2 changes of buses. We were here, I remember. The rain was coming in sideways. It was freezing, it was midwinter. And Charles was here. He was here, along with some of the other older crowd who they come here month after month, year after year, decade after decade. This is activism. This is long-term commitment to this cause. Why am I mentioning Charles today? is he died a week ago, and he was buried, and his funeral took place this morning. These are the people. Look around you. Look at some of the grey hairs. We are looking for the younger generation to come through and take over. We will die out. My history is dying younger. I am over the length of time that my family normally lives for. So we want the young people to come out, get angry, become and do activism, get involved. So what can you do? Your MPs work for you. Visit them. Tell them about what's happening. They may look away, they may nod their head and just not do anything, but when you're in front of them, take some information so they understand about the genocide. Organise in your local suburb, join the rallies, hand out flyers, Obella stickers I've been going around handing out. Write the letters, as we said, we have 10 pads here that you can write a very brief letter today. We'll take it, copy it and send it off. So my call to the activists in this rally, be active, take action, whatever small way you can do, take it. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. And I want to shout out, firstly, just very sorry to hear of the loss of your friend, of Charles. Yeah, thanks for all the organising you do, Neil. And I want to shout out to all of the young people who are here today. Many of you are going out to politicians' houses. Many of you, not that I'm encouraging that, many of you are going out to wherever our politicians are showing up, and you're letting them know that there is no space for them to show their faces in public while allowing a genocide to happen in Gaza. So thank you, keep up your awesome organising. We've got to continue that pressure. And you mentioned also the TVNZ protest, and we know there was a very disgusting, vile, reactionary element that turned up on that day. We know that there is a reactionary potential in weaponising religion, people trying to frame what is happening as having something to do with religion. It's not, it's settler colonialism, it's about land. And so I'm really happy to be able to introduce somebody who stands in stark opposition, and I'll shout out to Zoran, who's also someone who's spoken very powerfully about this not being a religious conflict. We're joined today by Chris Sullivan, who's from Aotearoa Christians for Peace in Palestine, and he's going to just give a very short announcement.
Kia ora tātou. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Chris Sullivan. My wife Anna Maria. We are both members of Aotearoa Christians for Peace in Palestine, a Christian peace group. Next Saturday at 3 p.m. we are organising a vigil outside the electorate office of Erica Stanford.
Yes! Yes!
Erica Stanford is the Minister of Immigration. We are asking her, together with many other New Zealanders, to grant humanitarian visas. So people who are under persecution in Gaza and may have family or friends in New Zealand can leave Gaza and come here and seek safety. So far the government's response has not been very sympathetic. So if you're able to join us, 3 o'clock next Saturday outside Erica Stanford's electorate office. It's in Browns Bay, Beachfront Road, and the address is you'll find it in Beachfront Road. We're also laying a plaque for the Israeli bombing of St. Porphyrius Church in Gaza. At the start of the war on Gaza, Israel bombed that church. That church is the third oldest church in the entire world. There were many Palestinians seeking refuge and safety in that church. A church, a mosque, a holy place should always be a safe place. But Israel bombed that church and killed 18 innocent Palestinians who are seeking refuge there. We are marking that, remembering that atrocity. Next Saturday also we'll be laying a plaque in memory of all those who were killed in that church. So if you can, please join us next Saturday, 3 p.m, Browns Bay, Erica Stanford's electorate office. Thank you.
Finally, we're going to have the 5th of October message from the State of Palestine's Ambassador to Britain, Hussam Zomlot, who spoke to 300,000 people in London as he called for an end of the atrocities in the Gaza Strip and an end to the genocide.
We could do some chants while we're waiting. Let the hostages go. Yep.
Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free!
What a sight, what energy, what unity. I am told that today we have hundreds of thousands marching the streets of London for justice, for dignity, for freedom. So my friends, number one, we are the people. We are the people. Two, we won't be silenced. Three, stop the bombing now, now, now. We are the people. Stop the bombing now, now, now. My friends, friends of Palestine, friends of Lebanon, friends of justice, thank you for coming out again. It has been 1 year of genocide. It has been 1 year of war crimes. Every single day, every single hour. It has been 1 year of the most appalling human suffering we have seen this century. 1 year of world silence. But this is not just about 1 year. It has been 76 years. 76 years. It's about 76 years of ethnic cleansing, of military occupation, of genocide, slow and fast. This is about 76 years during which we, the Palestinian people, have been dehumanized in the most brutal way. We have been cancelled as a people, as a nation. Ancient we are by the colonial myth of a land without a people. Since then we have been denied our very fundamental rights to freedom, to self-determination, to return to our homes and farms and lives. We have been murdered, displaced, 2/3 of our nation displaced in the Nakba, detained, slandered, vilified. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. Enough. 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 for Israel. Every country you invade, you lose. Every city you bomb, you lose. Every bomb you drop, you lose. Every soul you take, you lose. You only have one strategy, that is mass violence. Israel has no vision for the future other than infinite and indefinite occupation, indefinite subjugation, indefinite injustice, indefinite denial, indefinite exploitation. And as long as you think that is Israel, you are above the law, you lose. My friends, and this is my message to you today, from the ruins of Gaza City where I come from, and Khan Yunis, and Rafah, from the smoldering rubbles of cafes in Tulkarm, homes in Nablus, refugee camps in Jenin, and from the craters in Beirut and all across Lebanon. And I'll tell you, I want to say something from my heart. خلصة ننشد بيروت خيمتنا بيروت نجمتنا. Beirut is our tent, Beirut is our star. That's Mahmoud Darwish, our national poet. Beirut is our star. But despite all that, all the ruins, we will not be defeated. We will not be defeated. We have done this road before. Ethnic cleansing in 48, occupation 67, invasion of Lebanon 82 and 2006, illegal settlements, terror of settlers, and we are not defeated. This is the 5th war on Gaza, and we are not defeated. Israel has assassinated almost all of our political leaders, and we are not defeated.
Some powerful words reminding us that we're going to win. To close us off today, I've got a special guest who's come all the way from Christchurch. This is our friend Kareem, who's 12 years old, who's Palestinian, and he's going to show us how to chant. And then we'll be done. Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
One!
We are the people!
Two!
We won't be silent!
Three!
We will return soon, 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 soon!
One!
We are the people!
Two!
We won't be silent!
Three!
We are returning soon, 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 soon!
The occupation!
Shut it down!
The genocide!
Shut it down!
The ethnic cleansing!
Shut it down!
The siege on Gaza!
Shut it
The
down!
whole system!
Shut it down!
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 There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
Long live the Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the kaupapa. Please stay informed, stay looking at PSNA's website and social media. We'll be back here again next week, the 19th, and following the rally here next week, we'll go over and we'll support that action that we just heard about outside Erica Sanford's office. So be prepared for both of those. Thank you, and free Palestine!
We will rally here, then go and join on the North Shore in Browns Bay. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and we'll just close us off with a karakia from Tangata Whenua Lia. Kia ora.
Kia ora te whānau, kia inoi tātou. Te whakaipanga e tēnei te kaupapa kua e, tēnei te wānanga kua e. Te mauri o te kaupapa ka whakamoia, te mauri o te wānanga ka whakamoia. Koa ki ronga, koa ki raro, haumi e, hui e, tai ki e. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Ka ki te whānau Aotearoa Wiki next week. Ka ki te.
If anybody wants to write a letter, rip one out. I'll be here for half an hour.